Шановні колеги, ми продовжуємо.
Dear colleagues, we continue our work, and the topic of the next event is the State Inspectorate of Educational Institutions and Students' Organizations sign Memorandum on Cooperations. Our speakers are Ruslan Hurak, Head of the State Inspectorate of Educational Institutions, PG in Law, Mykyta Andreev, Head of the Students' Anti-Corruption Agency, and Lydia Fesenko, President of the Ukrainian Association of Students' Self-Governance. First, I give the floor to Nikita. Good morning, everyone. Today we hold this press conference because we are signing a trilateral memorandum on cooperation between the Students' Anti-Corruption Agency, Organizations of Students' Self-Governance, and the State Inspectorate. This step is a proof that we have understanding that we need a partnership, as it will help us to reinforce our trust to the system of education and to improve cooperation between the state and the State Inspectorate as representative of the state. We as students would like to prove, as we have always been trying to prove, that students are a reliable partner and that we are able to participate in such activities as inspection of universities, and that we can help to control the quality of education. The memorandum prescribes that the students will be able to participate in the events organized by the State Inspectorate, and the students will have to improve their skills and knowledge in this legislative area. In such way, we will be cooperating. I would like to add that we have already been cooperating with Ruslan Hurak, and we included one of our student members into one of the inspections, and it was a positive experience. I guess he will tell you more about this. So, this is the first, but I hope not the last step to build such a partnership between the state and the students, and I call on the students who are not present here in the hall but are members of our organizations to join this work, because this is useful and this will have a very positive impact on the quality of our education and the quality of management in our universities. And I give the floor to Ruslan Hurak. Okay, first to Lydia. Thank you, dear colleagues. I'm very glad that you are interested in this topic, because our main mission and our main aim is to improve quality of education in Ukraine. This is our main aim, and it has various aspects which can be reached through various ways. And today's memorandum is a proof that we are going to join our efforts and to find solutions to the problem which we have by common efforts. Students' participation in our work is very important. This will encourage universities to take our work, the work of Inspectorate, more seriously, and this can show that we are not only inspecting the university to find some faults or inconveniences. It can lay a basis for development of institutional capacity of the university, and will encourage the universities to improve the quality of education. I think that the quality of management will ensure a creation of better conditions for education, and the cooperation between the students and the professors and the inspection will result in this better quality of education. This path to this memorandum was rather long. We had several meetings and preliminary discussions, and one of students' representatives participated in the inspection in one of universities in Chernobyl. And now we will not only involve students into the process of inspection, we will also launch trainings for the students for that they knew very well what standards and what conditions they should compliance with which standards and conditions we are checking during the inspection. In order that we could develop the students' self-governance and help the students improve their skills and their skills of work as students' self-governance. I thank you, Lydia and Mykyta, for your involvement in this process. I'm very grateful to you because you are not indifferent. We have faced a lot of challenges. We are not transforming the system of state control in the education, and the educational reform is going on. In these conditions, students' initiative is very useful. It is very necessary for our country now. I'm very grateful to you, and I'm very glad that we are signing the memorandum. I give the floor to Lydia Fesenko. Today's event, today's memorandum is proof that student-centered governance is already becoming a reality in Ukraine. I guess this step will show that the idea of students' participation in the management is a very good idea, because during our communication with the authorities, we sometimes can see that they don't understand the real problems in the system. The memorandum is an official statement that we finally came to this understanding that we need such a cooperation. This is a proof that students will be respected and they will be able to cooperate with the authorities as equal. And it is a possibility, an opportunity for the students to take a lead and to show that they are able to cooperate, that they are competent, and that they can comply with the standards which they cherish. I think today's memorandum may seem something extremely strange for the authorities, because it is strange that students will participate so closely in the inspection. But this is a step to the future, and I hope in the future we will have more cooperation with other state institutions, and this will bring us additional profits and will help us in our activity, and not only talk that we can integrate into the European Union and to use European practices, but that we can really do it. I would like to add some words. Just an example. At present, the draft law on education is elaborated, and there will be a lot of innovations related to state control of education as well. And there will be more innovative norms, and our step is just one step towards to this new law that isn't yet adopted. This is a step to create a new reality in our country. I'm very glad that this participation has started. I remember very well the practice before the Revolution of Dignity, when no one perceived students seriously, and we saw a great crisis in the educational system. Now it's time to overcome this crisis. So thank you, Ruslan, for this cooperation. I hope this will be a very strong and fruitful partnership, both for the State Inspectorate and for the students. The only thing I can say is to thank you once again, and to add that this opinion is not only my opinion. we really need to be open. More open we are, the State Inspectorate, students, self-governance, and universities authorities, the more open we are to the inspections, to everyone, the more profit we will have, because we will see various gaps, and this will result in positive changes for us. Positive competitiveness between universities will lead to positive change. I'm grateful to you for your initiative. This is very important. And our task, the official's task, is to do everything we can do to develop those the basis for a better education. There will be a lot of changes in legislation related to education, especially in the field of state inspection. But we would like to ruin the negative attitude to this process of assessment of universities. We would like to show that we can be open and that we can help universities to improve their management. That will bring profit to everyone. So I give the floor to Leah once again. I see here 39 guests. Of course, I cannot give the floor to everyone, but if you would like to add something, I can give the floor to some of you. Here I see, this is Andrei Megel from the Institute of Liberalism. You say you can provide recommendations to the students. Are you going to share this experience, these best practices to other students' organizations to contribute to development of students' self-organizations, because this will strengthen leadership? Well, do you have any plans? I'm not competent enough on the topic on how students' self-governance organizations work, but anyway, I'm very positive about any students' initiative, because this is a very positive sign that the students cooperate. What about recommendations? In the Article 77 of the Law on Education, it is prescribed that we are checking the universities to find violations in their activity. As a result, we draft a conclusion where we prescribe very clearly what exactly were the faults and where the legislation was violated, where the problem lies, what's wrong with the schedule with human resources or finances. All these acts are open to everyone, and after we finish our inspection, we inform not only the university but also the governing body of this university. If this is a state university, we give the reform to local authorities and the Ministry of Education. If this is a private institution, we inform their management what they should do to improve their management. The next question, please. My name is Vadim. I'm from Taras Shevchenko National University. So we have the State Inspectorate and State Audit Service. I would like to ask, what is your field of responsibility? At present, there is no conflict of interest between these two institutions. The task of auditor's service is to control financial issues. It has nothing to do with the National Agency on Education Quality. But the state inspection, according to the state law on education, is controlling the quality of education, but we have nothing to do with the financial procedures. What about the National Agency on the Quality of Education? Their main task is to give certificates to educational programs. Of course, all of these institutions have something in common, and they have similar mandate, but every has this mandate in their own segment. So I cannot say there is any conflict of interests between them. However, we have a rather private discussion about the fact that the state control has been changed, and that it is necessary to change the state control and to improve quality of assessment. But at present, we cannot say that there is a serious problem. Do you have any more questions? If there is no questions, thank you, and we will end the press conference.